Welcome friends to another video, welcome to another review. This time around I'm going to talk about the house of Van Cleef & Arpels, and this is their niche lineup, the Extraordinaire collection. And today I'm going to talk about an amazing fragrance in which almond is the main ingredient. This fragrance is called Van Cleef & Arpels Bois Doré. So if you like almond, if you like Mandorlo di Sicilia, for example, from Acqua di Parma, you're going to definitely get somewhat of a similar interpretation in Van Cleef & Arpels Bois Doré. This is a fragrance that came to the market in 2017, and the nose behind this one is Fabrice Pellegrin, which is a pretty well-known name in the fragrance industry. It's also a very, very vanilla and tonka-centric fragrance. So if you love vanilla, if you love tonka in your fragrances, again, you're gonna definitely love Bois Doré. This is a very sweet gourmand type of fragrance, but it isn't that type of sweetness, that overpowering artificial sweetness. This is a very delicious interpretation of these notes. And as I said, it does share some similarities with Mandorlo di Sicilia from Acqua di Parma, meaning that the interpretation of the almond in this one is almost identical. But we have some other ingredients in this composition. We have in the top notes, mineral notes and black pepper. In the heart of this fragrance, we have vanilla, almond, tobacco, and cedar. And in the base, we have tonka, teak wood, and musk. So, what do you get from Bois Doré? Well, actually, we get a lot, because this is a monster type of fragrance, at least on my skin. And for me, this is a very, very strong fragrance in terms of longevity, in terms of projection, in terms of sillage, and it does smell also really great. You get a very interesting opening created by the mineral notes combined with the black pepper, but unfortunately, on my skin at least, this doesn't last too long, mainly because the main accord comes from behind, and this accord is created by the almond combined with the vanilla and also with the tonka, which is very, very delicious, very sweet at the same time, very powerful, but sitting behind, you have a very interesting accord created by the cedar and the tobacco this time around, which is in total opposition with the main theme of this fragrance, basically because due to that tobacco note, you get bitterness. So you get the main accord, which is sweet, delicious, gourmand, and sitting right behind it as a, I don't know, as a background effect, if you want, is this bitterness, that herbal bitterness that comes from the accord created by the tobacco and cedar, which is very, very interesting, because these are two things that are in total opposition, sweet and bitter at the same time. And this creates a very interesting, very beautiful, very peculiar, if you ask me, scent profile. You also get those woody accords in the backstage, if you want, mainly the teak wood and the cedar, and a hint of musk. Basically, this is the backbone on which every single other note in this composition, let's say, if you want, climbs and stays there. This is a very, very sophisticated fragrance in terms of the performance, in terms of the projection, the sillage, and the ingredients. But at the same time, I would say that overall, basically what you get in the beginning, in the opening, pretty much that's what you're going to get for the whole life of this fragrance on your skin. So I would say it's quite linear in this respect, mainly because, at least on me, this is what happens. Nonetheless, very, very well blended, very, very nice smelling. It's very voluptuous, it's very sumptuous, I would say. It's very opulent, it's very intrusive, if you want, with your senses. It's a fragrance that makes an impact whenever you decide to wear it. This is better suited, in my opinion, for cooler days, for cooler weather, mainly spring, fall, and winter time especially. And also, this one is best suited for formal occasions, formal events. And I do highly recommend that you do not over-apply with Bois Doré. I would say that 2 sprays at best is all that you need with this one, because this is very potent. This is very, very potent, and it may become overclowing if you over apply. Also, it may induce you some nausea and headaches and whatnot. So be very, very careful whenever you decide to wear Bois Doré from Van Cleef & Arpels, and basically be advised, because as I said, this is potent stuff. This is a bomb if you want. And if you love this type of fragrances, then you're gonna definitely appreciate its qualities. Best suited, I would say, for cooler days and formal occasions, at least in my book, but as I always say, you can wear it whenever you want, however you want, as long as it makes you happy. When it comes to the group age, I would say that this is a fragrance that could be worn by younger crowds due to the sweetness, but also especially by a more mature audience. Also, this is a unisex fragrance, therefore I highly encourage male and females to test it out, because definitely they're gonna love it the same. Although, as I always say in my videos, go ahead first and buy a sample or a decant if you have the opportunity. Wear it a couple of times on your skin, see how it performs, see how it behaves, and only afterwards go ahead and purchase a full bottle based on your own conclusions. This is a very nice interpretation of almond. This is a very good interpretation of vanilla and tonka bean at the same time. And I really, really like the mineral notes and also the tobacco interpretation in Bois Doré. But this is what's happening on my skin. And all I can tell you in my videos is my experience with this type of products. On your skin, it may differ. You may get different main accords. You may get different main notes if you want. And you can also, of course, get different performance. But for me, this is a must-have in your collection if you love almond. It's at the same time, or if you want, at the same level with Mandorlo di Sicilia in my preferences when it comes to almond. And also, I do love, of course, L'Homme Cologne from Guerlain, but that one is a fresh fragrance, and these two are basically made for cooler weather. So, if you like this type of ingredients, if you like the house of Van Cleef & Arpels, of course, which is a very renowned luxury house specialized in glass manufacturing, then I highly recommend you to give this one a try. And why not, maybe love it, or at least enjoy it. I'm going to stop here. As always, my friends, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I'm going to see you in the next one. Be safe, be good, and remember, smell good, feel good. Peace.